have you ever had a dreams that you had you could you do you want you could do so you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
That's without a smile.
So,
No, at one point she says Miss
so
Hannigan.
long for a while, remember your
was one of your favorite movies?
never. I played for the musical at my
What
high
are we
school.
talking about?
Annie,
Hey,
you're never fully dressed without a smile.
that's good.
Who cares what you're wearing on Main Street or Selville Road? It's what you wear from ear to ear
Yeah.
and not from head to... Oh.
Oh, remix. Dreamland music.
You're never fully dressed without a smile.
Smile,
Who cares what you're wearing? Just kidding. I'm not about to remix that song because I don't remember the words for real.
It was the Who Cares What You're Wearing. Yikes.
Y'all, I sound so like congested.
It's
You
all
sound
right.
like
I
every
feel
other
fine,
worship leader.
I don't have my Chelsea boots, so
Ooh.
Chelsea boots and that scarf during the fall.
Ooh.
Every
yeah.
praise and worship leader's outfit.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pump and prime you.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna pump and prime you.
Not at all.
That's
not
praise
at
and worship
all.
leader's favorite line.
Not at all. Not at all.
Get it on your own.
Not at all. Not at all.
Get it on your own.
Not at all. Not at all.
What if that song was about sex?
Get it on your own. Well, wait, I'm confused.
Get it on your own.
That's a
Dang,
church song?
It's real tragic.
What? We were just making this up, bro. What are you talking about?
Oh, get it on your own. That would be kind of bold. That was a song about intimacy. Intimasology.
Yeah.
Entomology.
What?
Sociology. Philanthropology. Philanthropology is crazy.
Philanthropology.
Philanthropology.
Spell it.
Philanthropology.
Y'all, it's been a minute since the three of us have been in here
And we
together.
missed each other.
So,
Yeah, we did.
So much to catch up on.
so much to catch up
So
on.
much to catch up on. So much to talk about. So much to catch up on. So much to talk about. So much to catch up on. So much to talk about.
Young Moolah, baby.
Yeah.
The way Orlando Brown talked about Lil Wayne
I've
had
seen
me
it.
pissy.
I haven't seen it.
He was like,
Orlando Brown.
Raylan,
is
I
funny
have
with his
to send you
crackhead
that
self.
But you know what? Some
He
of the
don't
stuff
be lying.
some of the stuff he be saying, I be like,
yeah, and it's coming into fruition. Like they
Yeah.
talked about Cat Williams.
Yeah.
Meow knew what he was talking about.
I gave it some of that
Yeah.
stum did it up pop pop up.
He said they mad at me because I had to give him this virgin booty hole. I said, why would you say that?
Hey.
Why would you say that, Cat Williams?
he meant it. Though.
He
He
did.
did.
And you know what? I respect him for it. Like, you got to speak your truth. Hey, y'all, shout out to Darius for this amazing beat that we are rocking with today. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you to episode
26.
26 of season 3.
I thought he knew it.
Traylon, take it away.
Hey. What's up, peeps?
What's up?
Hey.
First of all, these microphones are loud.
They
in my
are.
ear.
Better than the ones at church.
Wow. Yes, episode 26 is your Captain Dre Perry. I'm here with the co-pilots. We got both of them back in the building this week. Both of them back in the building. Chrissy B. Kid.
Ooh, yeah.
So do you want me to continue to call you Rev Kev or just Kevin? Or
It don't matter. I'm still a reverend.
he's still a reverend. He's still a minister.
Who running from it? Not me.
Kevin Stewart.
What up? It's your boy. It's your nephew. It's your cousin. It's your IG BFF. It's your Monday's crush. It's your favorite chef. It's your big back coach. It's your big back patty whack. Give a dog a bone. Fried back bologna. Big neck cheese. Pimple neck nigga.
What the hell?
Y'all, Draylon told me today Draylon told me today, one, that I had to be on time. Was I not?
Did I say that today?
Was I not?
Did I say that at all?
Was I not?
You were.
You were on time.
You were.
And Draylon said that I cannot yawn.
Oh no, I said you be yawning. Now, if you watch the podcast, do Kev be yawning in these episodes? Like, don't you be?
I
Seeing him
told
be like,
y'all in season 1 why I yawn.
What was the reason?
I don't yawn because I'm
He's
tired.
lacking oxygen.
Come on.
That is right. Insert
It
clip.
is. Have y'all?
So, Kevin, before we get, wow.
You know when you yawn, it's not really like you're tired. You're just not getting enough oxygen. Have y'all ever really noticed it?
No.
Like, have you ever noticed like when
No,
you're
nigga,
yawning?
you just be sleepy.
No. Well, to your point, when your body is like more relaxed, you're not taking like consistent deep breaths. It's more like
We not doing this again.
This is literally
We are
how
not.
he explained it, and like this is like episode 1 or 2.
maybe like 2. But when they explained that to me, because I think I was like in college, and they were trying to explain to us like why you burp, why you yawn.
This is hilarious.
And when they got to
me,
the
bro.
while you yawn, I said, so nigga, all this time our mamas was making us go to bed because we yawned, and honey, I just need to take a deeper breath. A deeper breath. You sent me to bed. You sent me to bed for not taking a deep breath. To this day, I don't understand that. Thanks, Mom.
Wow.
Breathe again.
Please.
Jesus. Well,
Hold on.
hold on.
So before we get there,
There's
something that we must do.
when I
today.
get there, come on, let's go. That I know we're gonna like Jesus. When we get there, come boom, boom, boom. All right, y'all know that song?
Nope, but it was
Kurt
dope.
Franklin. When we get there,
I figured it was him.
I
Figured.
didn't figure
I
anything.
figured.
wow.
Figured.
I thought y'all would have knew that one.
I don't know that one.
That's cool. But go
two
ahead.
things. I hope everybody is doing well today. Typically, at the beginning of every episode, Draylon always asks us how we're doing today. We want to start off with asking Draylon so that we can hear from our
Captain.
captain how he's doing. So, Draylon, life has been pretty good.
Yeah.
You just issued another great challenge, a word challenge, but how are you doing?
I'm doing great, honestly. I'm in a great headspace right now. I'm really excited about the future. I was journaling today. I was saying that I was excited about the future, but I'm very thankful for my present because I've been reflecting. I really just on my past and different things that I've experienced. And so I think that is what gets us back in a good space is when you can like reflect. And just think about the things that you went through and how you're not in that place no more. And you just become more hopeful about your future. And because we're preparing for this word challenge, like you mentioned, it's like I'm really kind of, like I told everybody, write down your vision and all that stuff. So I'm doing it for myself, and I'm just kind of getting excited all over again. It's just that whole process of expectation. That process, it's a creative process because now it's some stuff that I want to do creatively that is on that vision that's going to be happening top of next year. Honestly, I want to do a couple different things next year. So one of them is our live show.
Hey, the group chat has been buzzing.
Okay.
Buzz.
Yeah.
That's the sound effect. Do it one more time.
Buzz.
That's good. That's good, Chrissy.
Thank you.
No, but y'all are dumb. We definitely are gonna do a live show. We're also gonna just schedule some like meetups. The live show is gonna be bigger. I think the meetups would be smaller, just be a few people in the room.
Gotcha.
So if you're interested in being a part of that, like we got a lot of stuff coming. And I'm just like, I'm thankful that it's like we don't have to like go to anybody like and just be like, can we do this? Like we can just do it.
Yeah.
Like I think that's the chain the chain that people have to kind of break off their mind is that you're like you kind of waiting on somebody to kind of give you the green light. Like maybe that's why we got the green lights in the studio today. Because
Beyonce wrote a good song about that.
Period.
So no, I really think that if we understand that you can just go ahead and do it, like you don't need anybody's permission, you don't need anybody's okay, just as long as you ain't hurting nobody, hurting yourself in the process. You being yourself. I gotta send you this interview. I don't even know who the guy is, but he was being interviewed. He's a musician, producer, and he was just talking about how he creates what he likes. He doesn't make what other people like. He was just like, because your music is art, and art is like a journal entry. And he was just like, you don't put in your journal what just gonna please other people. You put in your journal what's going on with you. And some people would read that and could agree or could relate to it. So it's the same thing as your song. So it made me just think about like moving forward, like the things that I'm going to do are going to be things that I want to do. And I talked about this on the live. I talked about this on the live when we were finishing up the consistency challenge, about how, as far as music and all of that stuff, like I'm just doing what I want to do. If I like it, and I told myself I was going to start asking myself when I write something, is this something that I would want to sing every night on tour? Is this something that I would want to sing all the time? Like, do I like this? If I do, cool, I'm running with it. If I don't, then I don't. You know what I'm saying? And so I guess with that awareness, it just brings about so much like excitement, at least for me. And I think that's when Jesus was like being like a child. When you get to that place where you block out all of these like systems per se, or these ways of life, or the way society has things for us, when you break free from that, it's almost like you are a kid again. It almost is like you are in that childlike place where you had this imagination. Like as a kid, anything went. There was, you never thought about something that was like, well, I wouldn't be able to do that because of this. We get to that point when we become adults. We say, oh, I can't fly. Like, that's in the movies. I don't know how to fly. But if you wanted to fly, you could fly. Now, I don't know about you growing wings and flying, but you know what I'm saying? Like
Delta, American, United.
But I'm just talking about even people who
Got you.
before the plane was invented. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
like
sir.
all of that stuff, like you got to get to that childlike place and just imagine and take off limitations, take off all of these different like biases and these different judgments and different things like that. Like I was going through the 4 Agreements again, and those first 2 chapters, like they blow me away every time, because it's literally like the stuff we've adopted is like, it's other people's shit. Like it's not ours. Like it's other, like we think like this because our parents thought like this. We move like this because our grandparents moved like this. Like all of that, like you could literally live the life that you want to live, again, as long as you ain't hurting nobody, as long as it's like morally, you good and stuff like that, and you taking care of yourself. But there's a lot of just little things, the little ways that we move that keep us like within these boundaries. And I know we talked about boundaries in the first episode, but this, I think there are certain boundaries that do need to be broken, because they're more so like the gate is kind of like is leaning. The foundation is weak. It's not holding up anymore. So you need to knock it down and install some other stuff. You see what I'm saying? And maybe you can go beyond that point, but you gotta test the limits. You gotta, so I'm just glad that I'm becoming more aware of that. And it's allowing me to be more creative. It's keeping me focused. It's making me want to be even better. Just overall, I just, not to seem like this good guy. I don't care what nobody thinks about me. I know what I really want, and I feel like I'm moving in that direction.
It's evident. Anybody who can't see it is either stuck or blind.
Blind. You blind as a bat. Why is the bat blind? I'm sorry, we're being
Because
serious.
typically they are like in the morning.
They have sonar, so like that's how they move, like with their sonar vision. I don't know what it's
That's
called.
why they be flying like this.
How they be flying, Kevin?
It's never like in a straight
I was
line. You ever
literally-
notice like they just be like
I
what
was
y'all
just
doing?
about to be like, y'all niggas is smart. And then Kevin just did
And then he
that.
did
and
that.
it just,
I'm still smart.
you still
nigga.
smart, though. You still smart. I love it.
Mighty God. So
When
yeah,
you did say imagine, my mind just went to imagine me being free, trusting you totally. I can imagine.
Okay, we.
I admit it was hard to see.
Oh yeah, I don't know the words. Y'all for real know the words.
Imagine me.
Imagine me
Yeah.
in the place.
That was so good. Imagine me.
This is me as Kirk Franklin playing
Okay,
piano.
We love you, Uncle Kirk.
You know.
I'm going on the United tour next year.
Period.
The United tour.
Whatever. Reunion United.
Oh my God.
So now it's called Kirk Franklin's reunion tour. Did y'all notice that?
No.
That's how I've been seeing it advertised lately. Like, and I told Elise this. I said once they did the first one, I was like, Kirk is about to bring this back. This is about to be his
thing.
like summer jam thing. This is about to be his. You know how they have those yearly concerts. They come around like on tours and bring old school acts.
Go get Donnie McClurkin.
Kirk is capitalizing on that. Like nobody else can really do that now.
Yeah.
He's got it. It's a reunion tour. Now he can bring back all of the artists that we grew up on every year. And he's going to be on the tour and he going to make his money every time. So smart.
Every time.
Donnie McClurkin.
Donnie who?
McClurkin. I want you to go get Hezekiah Walker.
McClurkin.
And I want you to go get John P. Key.
Oh.
John P. Key, I don't feel like he would do that a big tour like that. I feel like John P.
If he did, they would eat in an arena.
But he would have to sit on the stage like. Right
No,
there.
he's losing.
He is.
Yeah.
No, but
He
I mean,
moving?
but even if
Like,
he don't
he's
move
more bigger
around,
than-
like his music enough, like we jumping in that.
No,
boy.
absolutely.
That'd be
It's
a
just
crazy-
I didn't go to the most recent one, but I know like the last one they was like.
Yeah, they move. They be moving.
I thought I was gonna go just so I could see experience Kiera inside of the arena. But we had the Big Sean stuff going on, and I couldn't get out of rehearsal, so it was a no go.
no,
But
that
love
it's-
y'all. I'm proud of everybody that's on that tour.
Yeah, no, it like the clips that I was seeing, like I don't know, like I don't be wanting to go to big events.
I love big events.
Like when it's like tens of thousands. I'm like,
I love it.
I know I got to work on that because I don't want to be missing out on certain things. But I
Yeah.
prefer like
Was
more
you nervous
intimate.
at the PJ concert? 'Cause
No, I've gone to concerts. I went to when Kirk Franklin was with Maverick City, and they were at
I
Little
didn't go
Caesars.
see that.
I went to that one. Like I'm okay with it. I prefer not. I
Got
prefer like a more intimate. Like the PJ Morton event, I feel like was
A church service.
Pretty much.
A church service full of blue communion.
Blue Communion. It was good though.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. Chrissy B,
Yes.
how are you? You quiet.
Whew.
Is
I'm
she?
over here lacking oxygen. I think got a yawn 3 times.
Let her have some of your coffee.
But
Not me today.
I'm doing good though. I'm doing really, really good. I feel
Really good.
really, really good.
Ah?
Yeah. This past week or so, past couple weeks, I've been feeling like this overwhelming sense of peace. Because I've been going through like this transitional season in my life, and I feel like I'm always transitioning, which is good because it's,
You're not staying-
growth,
right, yeah.
evolving. I'm not stagnant, but this last transition was definitely a little bit more difficult because when you expect life to be a certain way, you expect certain people to be here, just different things like that. Not they died, they're very much alive. They just not in my life.
Not
anymore.
they die.
Okay, they ain't dead. You just dead to me. It's like, nah, okay,
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
R.I.P. I just killed the club.
No, but like it's definitely shaking up a couple things in my life. But God's really just comforting me in this season, showing me that I lack nothing. I lack absolutely nothing. Nobody. The people that are in my life are meant to be there where I'm at, whether it's my job, personally, anything. Like I'm right where I need to be. So I feel really good. Like I feel like peace. I feel good. And
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Per. Kev.
I'm good.
You show your voice is ashy as hell. Do it one more time.
Oh, please.
I know you lying.
Wow.
I'm good. No, I'm good. I don't have nothing if you saw last week's episode, I'm good. I'm stress free now.
I'm glad that you're on the other side of that.
Ooh, I walked in here with the joy of the Lord today.
Huh?
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
You're worthy to be praised.
That's how they be playing
That's how they do it.
with no facial expression. John Lavelle. John Lavelle never has
He be in
that
the
nigga,
zone,
and he's
bro.
so sweet, but his face be like, I'm like, "Are you excited to be here?" Oh, hey, bro. I'm like, John, what? I love you, John.
John
Lavelle.
is humble, but
He
he is
is,
a
but that nigga
beast.
he be tickling that bass.
Tickle it.
The bass to be laughing.
Giggling.
But it's a bass, so it's like,
Whoa.
What is wrong with y'all?
You don't want to say that.
But
He's
Drayla
tickling the
said,
bass.
Drayla said, ho, ho, ho. I can't even, I must be a cello, because that was not a bass. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, I'm like a saxophone.
Alto sax, that's crazy.
I'm screaming.
Jesus. Okay, so
Let's get back to those movies.
yeah, so you were talking about this before we started recording.
So I was telling them, y'all, I think the late 90s going into the 2000s had the best movies. Shall we name them?
The late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Do you think it's because we're biased though? Because that was our era?
No, I don't think it was because it was our era. They just had really great movies. Like I like the movies now, but it was such a strong era of like great black films.
Well,
Like,
yeah, black films emerged really like in the 90s.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of
even
sense.
if it was like white films, like one of my favorite films that was more like Caucasian based.
Who?
Don't do it, white people. I'm not even gonna try to be professional.
Caucasian.
Colorless. Color in your heart. That's enough. So, What Lies Beneath had to be one of my favorite movies.
I've never seen that.
It was about a man who killed his wife and got remarried, and the ghost was like coming back to tell her like he's crazy. And it wasn't like a horror movie,
Run, girl.
but her spirit just it just kept dropping.
He gonna kill you.
Let's see how my friends do me, and I'm trying to tell them about the music.
So wait, it wasn't a black wife that he killed. It was a white woman.
Nah, it was a white
okay,
woman.
so never mind. It didn't sound like that.
Carrie. But that was a classic movie. You got to think about like Rush Hour 1 through, was it like 2, 3?
I think
It was
three.
4 of them.
It was 4? Wow.
I don't remember the 4th one, but I think it was 4.
It may have been. So you had the Rush Hour trilogy. You had Lethal Weapon, which was one of my mom's favorite. I loved every Lethal
Never
Weapon.
seen it.
Oh my God, it's very good with Mel
Y'all,
Gibson and
if you've been paying attention to anything I've been saying, I saw a lot of movies that I've never seen.
you obviously were outside.
Here's the thing. I don't necessarily. Okay, I like a lot of the same. Like I'll watch the same movie over and over again. Not necessarily back to back, but if I've seen it and I like it, I've probably seen it like 20, 30 other times.
Yeah, The Deliverance. I've watched it a lot.
I was about
That-
to say, you watched that?
I love that movie so much. It's
That-
really good.
we still talking to God about that one.
It's okay.
I'm just talking.
I'm
just
gonna
talking.
say
What? So, give me an example of a movie that you would watch 20, 30 times.
back then.
Oh, I'm just talking about in general.
No, I want to hear what you was watching back then.
Shoot. Okay. A Bug's Life.
Classic. Got to give it to you. Let's give him a hand.
But on the brackets challenge, we definitely said, get that out of here.
Yeah, compared to the
Y'all
other
definitely
ones.
should have done A Bug's Life.
But,
on that
that's
challenge.
another great movie in that early 2000s
Yeah.
era. Like
The
Yeah.
cartoon.
even the cartoon movies.
Yeah.
But I
Nigga,
think when it comes
Rugrats.
to stuff like that is because it was our era. Like my grandfather, like he believed the movies that he grew up in, those westerns, the movies in black and white, those were the better movies. He was like, yeah, that stuff now ain't nothing compared to this. I think each generation,
It
bro,
just keeps
we
on
just
happening.
we like what we like. We like what's ours. We like what's familiar. We like what we can go back to. Like when the younger generation now, when they be listening to this shit, we be like, what is y'all listening to? We sound like our parents and grandparents. You see what I'm saying? Like we like what we like.
Yeah, but that stuff is what they listening to is trash.
But I mean, every generation has said that about the generation before.
Yeah,
No.
because they thought my Cheetah Girls and my Camp Rock soundtrack
No, I
was
mean,
trash.
but that's more so childlike. When you look at rappers and music compared to now, like the earlier you had like the Biggie, the Tupacs, the Queen Latifah, the Foxy Brown, the Little Kims. And then as we got older, we got the Meg Thee Stallions. We have the Nicki Minaj's. We had the Lil Wayne, Kendrick Lamar, all of those people. But now you got this whole different era of niggas that's just popping up off Instagram and they're trash.
But so think about those artists that you mentioned that we had, and then think about the generation before, and they was listening to "A Chair Is Still a Chair."
But they was saying something.
Exactly. So when Nicki Minaj came out, they was like, "What is this trash?"
I don't think it was trash because from my opinion, she's a lyricist. Like the way that
so you're biased.
Am I?
Yeah.
Makes me biased?
That makes you biased because it's your preference.
It's your time. And
I don't
like
think I don't think it's preference. I think. Well, I don't know. Y'all could correct me. I don't think it's preference because I'm not a fan of hers. But I guess because I like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Y'all think she can? I think she can rap.
Well, yeah.
I don't think the music out now they rap. The music now it just be like, who let y'all go on the booth and do this?
But that's what Dre's saying, because even like you think Nicki Minaj could rap, but like the generation before us when she came out was like, what is this trash? Like
they was listening to Trina and Lil Kim and all of that stuff.
Yeah, so
but
like
that's just
this
Nicki
keeps
Minaj
happens over and over again. Like the generation prior to always thinks the new generation stuff is trash or something.
I think that also plays a major part in like when we get older, like we don't want to let certain things go, so we'll still think that, oh yeah, our class was the best class out of this high school. Like, bro, chill out. Like it's been 20 classes since your class. Like, calm down. You see what I'm saying? But you see what I'm saying? Like we hold on to that stuff.
The talent left.
And oh mighty God,
it did. 2012, they still had it. But I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to own that then with being biased because I don't think that these new kids can rap. Like Wayne was still saying something to me, like even though it was like.
But here's the thing: it connected to you. So how you know these new niggas not like they not connecting to the kids? They're obviously connecting to them if they listening to them.
Yeah, gotta be. But that sexy red stuff
and the brains be developing
and then,
a little different.
Then you got lip gloss called like discharge and gonorrhea and stuff. Like, girl, this is some.
Oh,
she is not happy.
She's not happy.
Oh man.
I just hate it.
Dally girl done found her voice.
Listen.
Oh. She has. But I'm sorry, Dre, but back to the movies.
No, I that was just a really good point. Because I want to do an episode on this, so I don't even want to necessarily talk about it right now.
But just touch on it really fast and get off of it.
Like,
pause.
What did you say?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay. No, because I want to make sure that I word it correctly because it's in a way it's personal.
Okay, so hold it.
Yeah, so
wait. Stay tuned for the next episode of the Dreamland Podcast. But I think the movies were they were different to me. Like there are some amazing movies that have come out that I would consider to be my favorites, but it just felt like the 90s and early 2000s. Like the movies was hitting. Like remember, like okay, we had Jumanji. Now it took y'all years before we got a Jumanji 2, but we had like Jumanji. We had The Mask. We had Harriet the Spy. We had the original, the Annie I grew up on. You had that whole Disney era.
But you see what I'm saying? Like you prefer the Annie that we grew up on, but there was an older Annie.
Oh, I ain't never seen her.
The one from the 70s with like Carol Burnett and who else was in that?
The one with Miss Hannigan?
Yeah, it was a musical.
Wait, so was this the one when the? Okay, I'm trying to.
It's the same story. It's just
right, but I'm trying to pick out specific things.
Kathy Bates was in the one that you talking about, early 2000, like 2001 or something like that.
It was one that came out in 2001. I think I would like the one.
They remade Annie so many.
I think
times.
I like the original because it looked old. It didn't look new.
Okay, so yeah, that's the one that we're talking about.
I loved. Like those movies to me were nostalgic.
But that's the 70s. That's not even the 90s or the 2000s.
Oh, maybe I just got put on it too late.
Or you just biased and you like what you like.
I don't know. I mean, when y'all put it in the comments, like I'm gonna agree with that because I've never looked at it as biased, but I agree if the point is being that I am biased with it, I agree
which
with
is fine. I mean, like people like what they like. Like I don't, you know.
Well, do you think that era had the best movies?
So as it relates to like the black movies, I think the 90s birthed way more. Like we had 70s like the blaxploitation movies, but it wasn't like what the 90s birthed as far as black movies.
Players
So I
Club,
think
How to Be a
like
Player.
Friday, like all of that, like that whole era, like that was totally like that was fresh for black people.
Boys in the Hood.
To see us on film like that, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that's why we'll always have a connection to that era of movies, especially when it comes to black films, because that was like
It was just so. It was
black
so,
people was in
it was-
movies
yes.
before then, but then these were all black casts.
Nigga,
Like,
Yeah.
what was it? How Stella Got Our Groove Back. Nigga, Monsters Ball with Halle Berry. I remember niggas talking about that, movie.
that was a black film.
Monsters Ball.
Yeah,
Yeah, remember Halle Berry ended up messing with like the white man
I
who
didn't-
actually killed her husband or
you
her
just
son.
mentioned a white person. It wasn't a black film.
It was a movie of the era. You said black. I said all of them.
Oh, okay. So the movie,
But
of the era.
black
Okay.
but black movies were still.
I ain't got
hitting.
nothing against white people. I was just
We
saying.
don't. We
I was
don't.
just
We're
saying.
not racist.
I was just saying.
Before y'all get in the comments, but y'all do feel
Yeah,
entitled
on
sometimes.
TikTok.
But I'm gonna leave that alone.
Right.
no,
No,
I
we
mean,
won't
they
put that clip on TikTok. Niggas just take stuff out of proportion.
Jesus
like,
Christ.
I just learned to ignore people. But go ahead. I'm
But
sorry.
they. I just feel like the movies were really dope back
No,
then.
I would agree that I mean that era had some classics for sure.
For
even if you go
sure.
outside of the out of black,
Black cinema.
yeah, like I mean even the animation like Space Jam,
Good as hell.
like what else was around that time animation wise. I'm drawing a blank now that we want to talk
too.
about it. I
For,
can't-
as far as like late 90s,
yeah, 90s, early 2000s.
I don't know. I would have to look that up. Maybe we
drawing
should
a
do
blank.
another one of those.
A brackets challenge.
Oh,
Off
we should
off of those.
Late
we
90s,
90s.
should
early
do
2000s.
cartoons
That'd be a good one.
like Cartoon Network versus Nickelodeon.
That's good. Let's do
yeah.
it.
Oh,
Let's do
We
it.
about to be flipping some tables in this mud.
Hey, so here's what we're doing with the bracket episodes. With the bracket episodes, that's gonna be a separate show. I've made it up in my mind.
Nice.
I'm not lying no more. Oh, just
The music Tourette's is
I'm going back to
crazy.
church and I'm walking through the door. I gotta clean up. Why would y'all?
Yeah.
Y'all was wrong for making us sing that on Men's Day.
okay.
Y'all knew y'all husbands weren't right, so y'all
Listen,
was like,
so they gotta
this.
sing. They gotta sing the song of redemption.
Here's your repentance.
Lift your hands
So
and ask
dumb.
God for forgiveness.
But go back to it. So you said it's gonna be its own show.
Yeah, so I want us to do that separately because I want to bring on guests with that show.
Nice.
We can take turns hosting episodes.
Perfect.
So this is coming to this. It'll still be on this YouTube channel. So, but it'll just be uploaded another day. I'm trying to figure out the frequency. I'm also building up the Patreon, so that might just go on Patreon.
Patreon.
So for those of you who don't know what Patreon is,
Sounds like a strip club.
We're
no.
going down to the Patreon.
No, it's basically how you can support creatives. What's happening over here?
Wig came off. Turn your wigs around.
Um,
Oh, nigga, I'm sorry. That just blessed me too. You had Sister Act 1 and 2.
facts.
Jesus. Okay, go back. Patreon.
No, Patreon. So that's how you can. That's how we people can support like creatives. I support a couple different creatives on Patreon. Like they make content or go live or do certain things for their community. So we have an open community that anybody can join.
I need to think about that. I ain't never thought about starting one of them.
Yeah, but we're gonna do a paid tier, and it'll probably be like between $5 and $7 a month. It's not gonna be anything crazy. So even if you don't want to watch the content, you can still support if you want or
Nice.
whatever. But we, that people who sign up for Patreon will get bonus content. You'll get lives, once or twice throughout the week. Meetups and all of that stuff. Certain things will go to the paid tier first.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's the plan for the new year.
For
So
brackets.
when the bracket episodes, I may put a few, or maybe just put like the snippet on YouTube, like a good 5 to 7
them to
minutes.
go to the thing.
Yeah,
That's
but then go to Patreon and get the whole episode. So
Big
and we're
love.
doing a live show. So if you don't make it to the live show, we're gonna record it and that'll be on Patreon for you to be able to watch as well. So it's a couple different reasons why you want to sign up for Patreon. It's only $5. This will be the cheapest subscription that you have. And you
Because
can
Netflix went up.
listen. You could support you support your favorite
I ain't
podcast,
paid
right?
it yet.
Ain't.
You got somebody
Won't.
else's Netflix.
No, I got mine. I got to update my card. But when they was telling me how much it was, I don't even look at TV that much every day.
Yeah,
To pay
we
for
had
that.
we had to go through our budget and kind of like get some of the subscriptions out of there.
I
But
said, I
anyway,
guess I'm getting it with ads.
That's good.
no, for real, because that's how they get you. Like it's like either ads or you got to pay more.
Okay, I have another thing to talk about.
Okay, so wait, we're gonna take a quick break. and
Who
then-
has to piss?
Well,
I'm playing.
Actually, I do.
Y'all see, they're not used to the Kevin off the red cup and the coffee. So they getting all of this work today.
Oh, why
she's-
is he grunting
She's
in the
yawning.
mic?
She's yawning, and he's over here with sinus issues, and I got all of the
Kevin's
energy.
saying that he's carrying this episode.
This is not the Aunties podcast. We carry this load together.
Sit over there. Sit over there. Tokyo Tony be.
She's like, yeah, get busy.
I don't know. I've
And
never
her
seen that.
eyes be like,
We're gonna take a quick break. I'm
the
gonna
lady
go
is
pee,
on meth.
and then
Crap.
we'll be back
Let
with
me
the
stop before
second
she-
half of this episode.
And then Tia be like,
Yep.
We talked all through.
Hey, are you registered to vote? Now listen, I'm not here to tell you who to vote for, none of that stuff. But I am telling you to make sure that you are registered to vote. So on November 5th, you can go to the polls and vote. This is a very important election, and I just want to make sure that everyone is registered. Go online, make sure that you're registered, and maybe you can't make it on the day of, get an absentee ballot. Go online, get you one, fill it out, send it back in, drop it off at the location, whatever you got to do. But don't let this election pass and you just do nothing. I know people say, oh, your voice doesn't matter and da-da-da-da-da, and they pick the candidates. They don't know that. They just be saying stuff. I need you to go register and make sure that you vote. Your voice does matter. Don't let anybody take the power of your voice away. Your voice does matter, okay? Get involved. Figure out what's going on. Pay attention. Look into your state representatives and all that stuff. Just make sure that you know what's going on, all right? November 5th is the election, and I need you to make sure that you vote and be registered to vote. And yeah, that's all I got to say. Bye.
Right. So I know you had something that you wanted to say.
Oh yeah, just one more thing concerning like the movie thing
Oh,
in
okay.
that era. Not like the movie thing, but
Oh, I thought you had like another topic. Something else. you
yeah,
wanted.
it is.
Oh, okay. Well, let me just say this real quick.
Go
And
ahead.
we'll get on that.
Go ahead.
So, y'all know by the time you're watching this, we're already in the worst challenge, 21-day worst challenge. So I'm going live on Monday at 8. I need y'all to tap in.
AM or PM?
PM.
Tap in.
You too, nigga. No, if you
I'm
can,
over
if you can.
I should be
If you can, I know your schedule or whatever, but it'd be really great if y'all could tap in. So I'm not talking to myself, but I just want to just make sure that everybody is just kind of like on the same page. It's not nothing that's super mandatory. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna mention some stuff from the book, and then just make sure that we are just staying focused on this particular challenge with being intentional with our words. It's super, super, super important. So.
Mwah. No bars.
Is it shiny?
I'm trying to look at the camera, but I see y'all in my peripheral, so I'm like, oh my
I didn't
god.
even
Real
notice he
shiny?
was doing this. No.
It feels good.
It does. It feels good.
Now I know why you wear it. Yeah.
It feels good.
When it is healthy.
Feels good. Yeah, it's lip oil.
I'm sorry, Dre. I distracted you.
Yeah,
Sorry, you
just
were really
just
serious.
just f the challenge. No, just
No, you stopped talking
I'm
and
just
looked
playing.
at us.
That's because you was blowing kisses. What the
I want her
hell
to
you was
look.
doing?
Go ahead. So Monday nights, 8:00 p.m. We're going live, and you want
Right.
everybody to tap in. Go.
Right. I just want y'all to tap in, make
Yes,
sure
sir.
that we all on the same page. If you're a part of the challenge.
Yes, sir.
If not, get the.
No, if not, still tune in to
Yeah.
get some motivation. It may even compel you to join
I
into the
truly
challenge.
believe these conversations are like they just bring awareness, and
Yes,
that's
sir.
really what I want to do with these challenges. Just bring awareness. I want people to be aware of what it is that they're saying, how that what you say, you're literally casting spells. Like you're what you're saying when you say it into the atmosphere, like you create it, right? Because it creates the belief. So like a lot of people are not where they want to be in life because they don't believe they can because of whatever reason, right?
sir.
And it's, you know, I just want better for people, for myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's really it. Like it's not super deep, but at the same time, it kind of is. Like
Yeah.
it's your life. Like you could take this information and really apply it. So like, and if you don't have to listen to me, you can read about it. I've given you a book. You can. It's all throughout scripture. You can look at podcasts about it. Like I just want people to be better.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so that's what the Dream Lab is serving. We're serving our purpose,
Yeah.
which is to show up and encourage the dreamer, encourage the person who wants to be more, that you absolutely can. And the first thing you got to do is start speaking it. You got to
Yep.
start speaking it. You got to start believing it. And when you believe it, you move in that direction. And great things are ahead when you believe and you trust God and you believe in yourself. So yeah, that's really all I want to say
love that.
regarding that.
Tune in, y'all. We're rewording our lives.
That's good.
One letter at a time.
Yep, literally. I'm taking this. I took the other one really serious. I did kind of fall off with it, but I did develop back the habit of looking at scripture in the morning and actually making sure that I carved out time to pray and not like the little quick prayers, but like actually have a conversation with God. But I'm really looking forward to this challenge, especially with like closing out the year, like really rewording everything that I even speak about myself, what I speak on as far as my friends, my family, my brother. Like I really want to be intentional with what I even speak over them or say to them.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't really realize, like with me living with my brother, like lately I've been just kind of thinking like, well, do you encourage him enough? Like, do you actually take enough time like to just sit and kick it with him to see where he is mentally, and to maybe just have certain conversations that will probably help him rewire the way that he thinks. And not that his thinking needs to change, but just to have man-to-man conversations. So I'm kind of really looking forward to that, with even not just being intentional about what I speak over me, but what I speak over other people. Because it's like, if I'm going to speak highly of myself and position myself to speak over what I want for my future, I also want to know where my friends are so that I can speak those things over them as well.
Yeah.
If that kind
Yeah.
of makes sense.
I'm super excited for it as well. The consistency challenge definitely was. Hey, I said it. Right?
Come on.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it again though. But it really definitely did test me in being consistent, but like it paid off. I will say
Yeah.
that. So I'm super excited for this
That's
one.
good.
It definitely
For
brought
sure.
awareness
Yeah.
to certain things. Like, for me, it was like, you're not disciplined in this area. Like, you can't not do this.
Yeah, no, I feel,
Like, you
I feel the
can't-
same way.
Not turn off social media for a day and read or do other things. Like, it really opened up my eyes. Like, nigga, like, I don't think that
That's
you achieved
exactly
it
where
all.
I am, because I think that I'm losing the kind of the religious mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So now things I want to do because I want better for myself, and I also don't want anything to control me. Like I don't want anything to run me, to be able to like have me weak enough to fall for it. You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
if I say, you know what, I'm not gonna be on social media for 2 weeks, I should be able to do it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it's
I know what you mean.
If it's an issue,
Yes,
that
sir.
means that this thing has control
much
over
power,
you.
yes.
That's too much power over you, and that goes for anything.
Yes, sir.
And so we don't realize how many things are running our mind.
Yeah.
And so that's why we can't. I was watching, I think it was the same podcast. I promise I'm gonna send it to you, and I'm gonna look it up in a second when y'all get to talking. But shoot, what was I saying?
It was
As far as like not letting things control you, it was the podcast that you looked at.
Not letting things control you. Like most people can't sit down with themselves and not do anything.
Oh, I can't. Maybe.
like sit, like I'm talking about like in silence,
Like
not think about
meditating?
anything. Don't think about anything.
Yes.
You're not like trying to, like most people can't sit with themselves. They can't. And it's because so much is running them, and it's allowing them to put this facade up. But a lot of us are really like broken and we hurt.
Yeah.
Like, and if we don't start to starve ourselves from these things that really don't serve us any purpose other than maybe entertainment or time fillers. But I read something or I heard something where it's like we have this audacity to think like we have time, like we filling up time with BS, and we don't know how much time we have here.
I be saying that all the time.
You see what I'm saying? Like we literally would like look at your screen time, like, and I'm guilty of it too. Like how much is Facebook and Instagram? It doesn't have like your attention. Like you're not paying attention to anything else, and you can't for too long.
Didn't it tear you up though? Like when you first seen how much time you spent on certain apps? Yeah, my therapist had me do that, Dre, and that I was so disappointed in myself. Like you don't even spend this much time in a Bible app. And that's saying that it has to physically be on your phone on the Bible app, but it's like you telling me I spent over 80 some hours a week on social media. But I mean, not in our defense, but with the type of work that we all do between your makeup artistry, the podcast, your artistry, and with me being an artist, I had to give myself a little bit of grace to say, okay, well, some of this is either you posting, maybe trying to learn cool things, but some of it, a lot of it,
and I was
is
realizing
that you're wasting time and just scrolling.
And it's not like, for me, I realize it's not long scrolls, right? Like
It's like
I'll scroll a
periodically.
little bit and then I'll look at a few stories and I'll put it down. Then I'll do something, I'm back. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And instead of just like carving out time to say, all right, this time I'm going to be on social media. I can catch up on everything I need to catch up on. I can be focused here. But it's almost like, I don't know if that fear of missing out, so you need to know what's going on in the world.
For me,
you see what
yes.
I'm saying? But and I'm like that too. And I'm like, bro, I really gotta, like we could be spending our time doing so much more.
Learning cameras, learning editing
Literally.
techniques, learning how to record at home, maybe learning how to make better reels. But it's like you'll never learn how to make better reels if you're behind us on the internet all day.
Literally.
Yeah.
Or reading a book. Hell, working on finances. Something for what I'm only speaking for myself. Like I've been thinking about that. Like you could have been writing music or at the studio or scheduling something versus you sitting here scrolling, watching somebody else's life. And it's what I'm posting profitable and beneficial. Like some things, can be entertaining, but it's I've been looking at my Instagram lately. Like, is this like the mirror of what you want to show the world as far as the life that you live? Which for me it is, but it's like, well, what other things are you giving that's like inspiring people to do other things? Like sometimes I can get caught up in like posting an adult picture, editing it, making sure that I'm doing the right stuff. But it's like, well, am I still being a light even in this picture? Like, what is the caption saying? Like, what is the image that you're painting of your life or the life that you're trying to obtain? Or are you trying to keep up with the Joneses? For me, I don't want to keep up with the Joneses. I want to make sure that my life is always inspiring somebody to be better, either sing better, either go after life a little better, save money. Just some. My whole mission for life now is either one, pushing somebody into a relationship with the Lord, or two, helping somebody to live in their truth and bettering themselves. I remember Carlos Whitlow had asked me one time when we were younger, we had first became friends. He was like, what is your mission in life? Like, what is your mission for your ministry? What's something that you stand on? And for me, it has always been like pushing people to a very close relationship with the Lord. Like, that's just flat out. I never want nobody to feel like you got to be too deep and spiritual or doing crazy stuff. No, it's an authentic relationship that I want all 20.8K of my followers. If I could, I would talk to all of them to push them in a direction of having an authentic relationship with the Lord that they develop on their own.
I love that.
But that's my life's mission. But I've been like kind of looking at everything that I post, like, well, does this really promote your mission of what you want to do? But I felt like I got so far away from it over the last year, which is why I'm glad from like the last week's episode that I am where I am now, because it's going to put me back in a place where I can dream again. Going back to what Dre was saying in the beginning, being in an environment that allows you to see beyond where you are. Sometimes if you're standing in front of a mountain or dealing with the mountain because you don't want to do the work to either walk over it or walk around it, you can't even imagine what's on the other side because you're stuck on this one big thing. But there's a way around it, over it, or under it that you can actually obtain if you actually just take the steps to getting there. It won't be easy, but it's like the question I've been asking myself is like, what has been blocking your view? What has been in the way that's causing you not to move forward. And you've literally been like preaching this to me, like, bro, sometimes, because I'll be like, yeah, and y'all know, I'll be like, well, I'm praying because I want to move, I want to do something. But like I said, the last episode, I seen a video that just said, just go. It's like God is waiting on you to take the step. The provision is already there.
Bro, like, let me tell you, because I want to ask you something too. To your point, as far as like going, I think that we have this birthright to where like our steps, like every step that we take is like God's hand is right there to catch our foot. Like, and you may not see it, but I think it's just like we have the right to just go ahead and do something, and we're good. And I think again, it's just those wirings in our brain that tell us we can't, or we shouldn't, or this isn't a good idea. Like those things are the things that are in the way and that are stopping us from being our best self. It's like some people they'll stay in a relationship because they don't know what other people are going to feel like. That's why I stayed like in my marriage for so long. My first marriage is because I was like, well, what are people going to say if we divorce? Like, and because of my religious mindset, I'm like, am I going to go to hell? Like, it was just like, once you rewire your brain and rewire how you think about stuff, you'll move. You'll just move.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? There will be no doubt. There will be no fear. And so you were talking about like being able to just like not get distracted about what your life's purpose and making sure that does this line up with my life's purpose. And so that was like the step one of the words challenge, just writing a vision. And really just having something before you that you can read. Like I keep putting stuff all on my wall because I want to see it every day, because I need to know the direction that I'm going in. You see what I'm saying? And so a lot of us don't have and I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm just that nigga that just got stuff. I'm just the guy who knows how to, I'm not saying that. What I am saying is a lot of people are just so stuck here in their phone that they don't see anything else. So they don't know where they're going. So time is just passing, and it's another Christmas. It's another birthday. It's another, it's another Thanksgiving. And we're just getting older, and you experiencing new problems, and you still haven't conquered the old ones.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And it's just like, we got to get to a point where we do wake up and we do get up and we do better for ourselves. And so I was going to ask you, like, do you have a written out vision? Okay. Do you have like a vision board, or is it like written out
Just in my journal.
Okay.
The thing is, I guess it took me so long to write the vision because based off of my past experiences, I want my vision to be what God has for me. Like, I don't want my vision to just be, oh, this looks nice, or this seems nice, I'm just going to do it, or whatnot. Like, I really want to be intentional with this vision and how I'm moving forward.
Do you not think that the thing that you envision is what God has for you? Because I'll put it to you this way. If it goes against truth, which we know is God, then obviously that it can't be the vision for your life. So if the vision for your life was, I'm gonna take that person's money and then I'm gonna live happily ever after, obviously, you're stealing, right? But if your vision is something that doesn't go against truth, then how is it not what God wants for you?
Yeah.
I just don't want you or anybody that's watching to get stuck and we just waiting on God to give me the green light to do it.
Yeah, for sure. So mine was more so like, I wanted to be married by a certain age, and I want to have kids at a certain age, and I had this whole life planned out for me or whatnot, but I had a certain timeline.
Yeah, the limitation.
Yeah.
That's what did it. So
I still do believe that I will be married and I will have kids and I will have that family or whatnot, but like the timing is not my timing. And I had to shift my focus or whatnot. I'm not working on like, okay, well, I'm trying to get my words together.
Get them together.
The goal isn't, I want to be married. Yes, I do want to be married, but I want to be healed first. Like, I want to be healed. I want to be whole and certain things like that. So I have, to answer your question, yes, I have written a vision.
Okay.
And working towards that vision.
But that's great preparation for the vision. So don't think that just because you are healing and you're taking it a day by day, step by step, minute by minute, second by second, hour by hour, that's still not pushing
Break
you
it down,
in the
nigga.
direction. No, like for
I'm
real.
just joking, I'm
Because-
joking.
No. I know. But like, you're still working towards your goal.
Yeah.
Like, you still have a desire to have a covenant,
Yeah.
a partnership with someone that you can build a life with and bring children into this world and have a successful life. But you're still working at your vision by just simply taking the time to heal. And not just that, like, you starting your business will add to you and your partner, will add to your legacy and your family.
Absolutely.
So
That's
I
the
would say
belief.
look at it
That's
from
the
that
belief.
perspective.
If you
like-
believe that you're gonna be married, you start moving in the direction of somebody who's gonna be married.
and you are.
Right.
Because a lot of niggas don't heal, get the husband and still jack it up because you didn't heal from the last pit of trauma. Like, they may have reached down and rescued you out of it, but you never dealt with the trauma of being stuck in that pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just a cycle. So I'm glad that you took those limitations off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
seriously.
And I think it's more so like just kind of like I do have a end goal or whatnot, and it's my only end goal isn't marriage and stuff like that.
Right, but that's just one of the
But
things
it's-
that you desire.
Exactly. But like I think for me, when I was talking about like making those SMART goals, like specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time managed, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I make small, short-term goals to
Yeah.
work to.
Toward the big
Smart.
goal. Absolutely.
Very
Absolutely.
smart.
And that was big. That was kind of like how the consistency challenge was kind of built, was for us to do small things
Yeah.
that will go towards, like, I want to be healthy and in shape. So guess what I did? I added push-ups to my consistency challenge. That's going to go towards
That's why
my
you look
bigger
like
goal.
Hulk Hogan. I couldn't figure out why your damn shoulders were so big.
Oh.
I'm like, nigga, I know you ain't flipping eggs that much.
Flipping eggs? Are you crazy?
Frita.
No, but when I started doing those push-ups, I then I kept it going this month, but I added to what I was already doing.
Gotcha.
So it's like just keeping my mind always like, all right, what can we add little by little? You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, that's how we get there. Like, you can't make these long, crazy strides. Like, you have to take the little steps.
Yeah.
But church,
It's all right.
it's
It's a
Raylan.
safe space.
That's all right. Just sit me because you sound like a deacon. That's all right. Sing
It's
anyway.
all right. It's all right. Let
No,
them
but
use you.
sometimes that measurement, and again, not to keep throwing that, but I've learned that thing has haunted me sometimes when I was younger in church, of thinking that you had to hurry up and get to this place. Nobody ever really talked about the progression of it. It's
Yeah.
like, I remember seeing my friends consecrate and they would only eat one salad a day. It's like, well, nigga, you ain't never fasted before, so why are you about to kill yourself eating one salad a day, trying to prove a
Yeah.
point that you're holy, or
And you know what's
versus
crazy? They never
progressively
even
moving.
really explained to us what fasting was.
Never. Yes,
And-
we're gonna stop eating. That should have been coped with prayer and the word.
And why are we fasting? You see what I'm saying?
Never
like,
had a purpose.
what's the
Lent.
because there's such a separation between the spiritual and the physical. Like, the reason why you fast in the physical is so you are more in tune with the
Focused,
spiritual.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Like, that's the whole purpose of it, because the stuff weighs us down. So not just our phones and people, but food. It weighs us down. Like, the stuff, this processed food, it weighs us down. So we're not lined up, and we can't like tap into this other place that Jesus talks about. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. He's talking about that's within you. Like, the reason why we fast and the reason why we meditate is so you can get to that heavenly place.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
That's the whole purpose, but people aren't getting there, and we're putting on masks and makeup to cover up the glory. We're putting on this fake glory and making it seem like, oh yeah, God is doing this over here because I'm this and I'm that, but at the same time, you still got sin, you still falling short. But it's this
Me.
But and then it's
I
just
used to
like
do
you
it. I
said,
used
if
to do
you're not making the long strides, like if you're not here when
Right.
but it's not gonna be like that. Like, everybody goes and people just can't accept that.
Yeah.
People can't accept it, and so I tell people, like, you gotta like get out of the small mindset environment,
Yeah.
and you really gotta like get that vision together. And I'm glad that you have a written vision. Yes,
I haven't written it down, but I know what it is.
write it down.
Yeah.
It
so I can see
it takes on a different like thing when you see it, when you can physically see it. Like, I know we think about it, you're supposed to, But
it's another thing
and
to
I
have
was
it
the type of
physically.
person who didn't. I just became this person who would just write it down. I needed to see it because the more I see it, the more it stayed in my mind and in my heart, and then things just started coming to pass because you physically see it. Like you, that's why the Bible says, write it down, make it plain. Like it's a reason why, like it's saying, hey, if you write this down and make it plain, when you see it, you'll just every day you be like, I did write down that I'm going to be healthy. So then you start thinking twice about what you eat that day. You see what I'm saying? Like it's not this spooky thing like, oh, I write it down and then it happens. Some people believe that. some people, but it's like it all pairs together.
Yeah, for sure.
So I would encourage anybody to get that vision like written down. Use ChatGPT.
Yeah, somebody just put me when I went to Tampa.
Because what they do, like, so if like in my case, I wrote like a manifestation prompt, like something that I wanted to see, and I believed that it was going to happen for my life, and it was in a couple different categories. I did finance, career, family, mental, all that stuff. But I wrote it, I put the details on what I wanted it to say, and then ChatGPT would put a whole prompt that you could read or write down. You see what I'm saying? That could be your vision, that literally, like, because certain things we'll say in our vision will damn us, right? So we'll say, I am not sick. I do not have cancer, because people in your family got cancer. But the fact that you just said, I am not sick, the sick part is what's sticking in your subconscious. You're focusing on not being sick. You're focusing on not having cancer. And those are the things that stick out in your mind. So instead of saying that, you say, I'm healthy. I am healed. So now your mind is only thinking about healthy. You see what I'm saying? Like your subconscious can't tell the difference between if it's positive or negative. And a lot of people don't know that about their mind. So a lot of the stuff that we say, like it ends up being real because that's how we think and that's how we talk. But if we, like when I write my vision, everything is in the positive. Everything is in the I have, I am, I possess. It's not I will have. Because when will that happen?
Right.
I mean, yeah, it's going to happen. But if you write it as I am, you move like that person.
Yeah.
When you move like that person, you literally are showing God, okay, you want this type of life. So you start attracting that stuff. You see what I'm saying? When you work on yourself and you say that you want to be a wife, you work on yourself to become a wife, you attract a husband. Because the men that on the level that you are now, not saying you, but anybody, the level that you're on now, the people that you attract are where you are. So if you keep getting in relationships and these people are not doing you right, and they keep, it's not just them, it's you too. You keep like attracting these type of people. But if you leveled up, and then you would start moving in a different direction. You would be in different environments. You'd be around different people, and you would attract those types of people that you aspire to be with. But
that's so important. Not to cut you off.
No,
bro.
go ahead.
That's so important.
I'll be talking a
because
lot.
No, you talk very well, and I enjoy hearing you talk.
Amen.
I have been kind of wondering about that too. Like, what other environment? Are you crazy? I've been wondering, like, what other environments am I supposed to be in this season?
That's good.
That'll be able to feed the dream. Like, there's more things that I want to do as far as music, but it's like, okay, the circle that you've been around over the last couple of years, they don't think like you think. So it's time to come away from them and retrieve and either go sit by yourself for a minute or go find some other niggas in the city or around the world that think
That's what
like
I'm
you
saying,
think and
bro.
try
If
to
you
glean
gotta
off of them.
move. But that's the thing, like,
Yeah.
like the formula doesn't change because we come around. We got to look and see what everybody in the past did. They got mentors. They got around people who was doing what they wanted to do. And if the people around you are not living the life that you want to live,
Gotta go.
you're gonna have to leave, or you're gonna end up living like that, because that's you become like what you're attached to, like what you're around. You see what I'm saying? So if it's moving, if you find some artists that got their own Patreons and subscribe to it, like Kev on Stage, I'm subscribed to his, and I see a lot of stuff that he's doing and how he does stuff, and so it gives me ideas. You see what I'm saying? Like it keeps me like on my toes. But you gotta follow people and study. Michael Jackson used to write this quote: "Study the greats and become greater." The only way that you get to that point is if you study the people that are doing what you want to do. You can't take advice from people who ain't doing or ain't never did what you wanted. I can't stand those people who, well, this is what you need to do, and nigga.
I'm like, you ain't did it.
Yeah, so I know that was a lot.
It wasn't.
I sometimes I be feeling like that because I'm not used to hearing myself talk a lot. All right, nigga.
It's very aggressive.
Very aggressive. It wasn't.
Aggressively encouraging.
He talks well.
He
does. He says a lot of great, inspiring things. So
I be trying to get to that point
Not that he's
though, where I
apologizing,
accept it
but-
though. Like it's hard, you know, like when you're not used to being in this space, so
Yeah.
it's almost like you feel like an imposter.
you're not.
Because I was just doing music, so
Nope.
Yeah.
The stuff that you talk about and the advice that you give as a friend, I actually see you apply it and live it. So it's not an imposter. I mean, y'all may not be able to see it in living color if you're watching via the podcast, but trust me when I say the stuff that advice he gives y'all, he gives to us in private and he actually applies it.
yeah. Let me try my best. You good over there?
And you always have to give yourself grace to grow.
For sure.
Grace
for
to grow
sure.
is all. I've been telling my vocal students that too. Like, y'all stop being so hard on yourselves.
Yeah.
Like every day is a different day that you're trying to rewire your brain to think differently. And even with the word challenge, you're getting ready to rewire your brain to speak different things.
Yeah.
So you got to give yourself grace. Like we beat ourselves up so much. Like I didn't. No, like nigga, it's 365 days in the year. Okay, you messed up 50 something times. You still did decent the other 300 in 10 days.
That's
something
been
like
my
that.
biggest challenge actually these past few weeks. I've been really having to keep telling myself and like having conversations with my mom and stuff, like give myself grace. Like when you go through certain experiences, you have to forgive that other person, but first you got to forgive yourself, right? Like because I allowed myself
Took the words out of my mouth. I forgive me for letting you do what the hell you did.
and staying and keep on accepting it and like just different things like that. So even now in me moving forward in my life, not just trying to move forward, but I am moving forward, but I'm met with certain obstacles. And so when those obstacles present itself, I'm just like, bro, if I just didn't do this, if I just didn't put my name on that, or if I just would have left that and I didn't do that, like I would be so much further.
Yeah.
And then in retrospect, I have to keep saying, you know what, God has me right where he needs
Absolutely.
me. But I'm these past few weeks, I have been very, very hard on myself and like beating myself up about like my past.
Yeah.
Don't.
You get like angry sometimes. Like I've
Yeah.
definitely experienced that. It just angry about the things that you allow to happen, the things that like I was like, man, I could have been here if I would have did this. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah.
like, nah, bro, you had to learn those lessons. And the thing is, you'll stunt your growth even more if you don't understand that the lesson is actually the more valuable thing than
Right.
the thing that you're trying to attain.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
The lesson itself is why we're here. Is to learn these lessons. You see what I'm saying? Like the stuff, the husband, the material stuff, the car, or whatever the hell is
Yeah.
that stuff is just, you know, that's here and there. But the lesson is what it is.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're observing the lesson and learning from that, we all are. I think that's really going to allow us to get further. So, yeah, these challenges are just going to better us because I want to be the best person I can. Like I want to do stuff that's going to blow my mind, like beyond what I could imagine. Right.
Yeah.
And I know in order to get there, like a lot of times I felt like I had to just rely on my talent. Like, but the thing is, I was realizing that I wasn't really working on it. Like I was falling short and I was just kind of like stagnant. But it's not until like you have to like stop believing your own propaganda about yourself.
Yeah.
You have to like check yourself. You have to be like, hey, you're not as sweet as you think you are. Like it's other people out here who can play better than you, who can sing better than you, who can write better than you, who can do all of this stuff. I tell myself often, anybody can come up with a podcast and just blow us out of the water and people never watch us again or take the concept. Like anything could happen. So stay grateful to where you are and just like stay humble and continue to work on your craft. Never think that you're better than anybody else. And I think that keeps like us continuing to progress as a collective, individually. I think when we take that humble approach.
Yeah.
So, Yeah.
But sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas.
No, that's that.
I'm sorry.
That
I had to get that out of my system.
that has its place as well.
Cause y'all
sometimes.
played with me. This
Sometimes-
last year, y'all played with me in this time.
But you just let your fruit speak for you. Like
They gonna speak, but sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas.
he said, the fruit gonna speak and I'm gonna speak too.
Absolutely. I'm
I'ma
gonna cut
yell,
up the fruit.
nigga.
I'm gonna deliver you a fruit salad. Cause you just be like, sometimes it just be like,
Two
nigga,
episodes. I mean, 2 times in one episode is
I
crazy.
didn't.
The
I
wig
did.
just keeps
I yawned
slipping.
once. But no, just sometimes you do gotta show like nigga, I ain't to be played with.
That's fair.
I mean, I understand I'm probably not the sweetest singer to y'all.
But you know your
But
worth.
to me,
you,
I'm
you
that
go in a
nigga.
room and you know your worth. Like, yeah, like I'm not about to accept that. I'm not
No.
accepting that. No,
No,
I feel
I
that.
used to. And because sometimes you accepting it is false humility.
And exactly.
But that's
And
again
it's,
something that y'all
that's
taught us in
that's
church.
the sin. That's the sin for
It
real.
is. You did such an amazing job. I know. Thank you. Not,
Instead of
oh,
saying
me.
like exactly like you got to
Me.
take this fake like approach just so those people don't think that you arrogant. I don't give a damn what you think.
Because it's a way to say things that's still not disrespectful. You did such an amazing job, child. I rehearsed, okay?
Thank you very much.
That ain't
I
being
appreciate
disrespectful,
it.
just child, I rehearsed, but thank you so much.
If anything, I make the person who giving a compliment feel better about giving me the compliment. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
I
So
really
now they
appreciate-
feel
right.
good.
And I worked very hard to make sure that I delivered a great performance, so thank you for
You
it.
know, you saw it.
Nigga. But that false humility, that when the Lord told me one time that I had false humility, he said it wasn't just because it's not you telling people thank you when they tell you can sing. He was like, it's you not being able to take correction. I was like, yikes.
Wow.
He said, you be sitting there listening, but you ain't really processing. That's false humility. I said, excuse me,
Excuse
big
me.
guy.
I'm screaming.
All right. So, any last words, Coloreds?
Chrissy got blue toes.
They can't see.
Okay.
It's okay. We got to take a picture.
Her feet.
No. No.
As long as
I meant-
get the
That'll be a
profit.
weird thumbnail. We do one of all of our feet.
No, we don't want to do that.
You have a
No.
lot of money on
Or
pa-
the thumbnail. Like not
Views will go up.
views will go up. Are you?
You never know how many people like to.
Oh, I know. It's crazy
That'd
out
be
there.
nuts if you really posted the thumbnail of the feet and the views be like 10,000. You sick souls.
Hey.
Well, I want to call you sick. Some people have a foot fetish, but that'll be wild.
Hey, if you like feet, you like feet. That's okay.
Pantheon.
Bye, guys.
Is that something? Is there something wrong with that?
Nah.
Having a foot
Everybody.
Yeah.
I think everybody has a different fetish. Some people like hands. I love hands. I mean, not y'all hands, but like.
Put our hands in our pocket, like.
No, that's why I always keep my nails done. I look at people's hands. Like, what does before you shake my hand, nigga? What does your hands look like? Hands and teeth. I love teeth.
Hands and teeth.
I love
and teeth.
teeth. I love teeth, and I don't discriminate. I love gaps. I just like a nice smile. I almost said something else.
All right,
Almost
yeah, we
said I
need to.
like a nice mouth. That is so inappropriate.
Ooh, hey,
I just
hey,
know
well,
things are
hey.
important. If you ever look at my hands, my nails are going to be done and my teeth are going to be washed with an electric toothbrush that's black and rubber at home. I don't play about that.
That's good to know.
Breath is important. And I have a big bag of gum in my little bag over here.
You got a big bag in your little bag.
If I pulled it out right now, you'd be like, why?
Well, what's happening today? Oh, what flavor? I mean, what company?
It's good for your teeth. It's vegan.
Vegan. Ooh, that means these ain't no animals.
Nope. It's good for your teeth. It doesn't tear up your enamel.
Things to go.
Yep, I got some matches.
Matches.
I got some tissue.
He about to burn.
I got some black opium. I really love black opium for anybody out there that wears it. It's good. You don't like it? It's
This is
good.
the ASMR part of the episode.
Oh, hold on. Let me join you.
It's the face that you making.
Me making that noise and the smacking noise is not good. Well, guys, this is another great episode.
Bye.
Bye. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, like, all of that. And we'll see you next week. This has been episode 26 of the Dream Lab podcast. And yeah.
Arrivederci.
Au revoir.
Avigadora. Boom, boom.
Bom, bom, bom.